Hello and welcome to the new video. Today we're going to take a look at a team which doesn't really make too much sense, but I wanted to make a team around those three Pokemon. The reason for this is those are the three perfect IV spreads for Shadow Pokemon that you can have for the Ultra League. They are all XL, XL Lapras, XL Drapion and XL Skuntank in the back. They all have the best possible IV spread, 0, 15, 15 on two of them, like the other ones, I don't know, 2 something. I don't have the thing that you see on the side on my screen right now. So like, yeah, like they have the best possible moveset. They are like moveset IV spread. They are rank 1, which is kind of insane because like the likelihood of getting a rank 1 Pokemon is like a 1 in 4,000 something, depending if you have Weather Boost or not. And Weather Boost you cannot even have, so it's actually lower than 1 in 1,000, which means me having 3 rank 1 there with, I think I have like 5,000 rocket stops or something. It's really lucky. Like, this is insanely lucky. It's super difficult to get a rank 1 Shadow Pokemon, and I have 3 of them here right now, all of them XL, all of them really good for this meta as well. And that's actually not all. I actually have another rank 1 Shadow Pokemon for the Ultra League, which I still haven't built yet. Also XL, which would be the XL Golduck in Shadow, which I also have a rank 1 version for the Ultra League. And I have no idea how, but I am really lucky with the rocket runs, it seems like, because like even though, yeah, some people are cheating or whatever in the game, not me here, like you're not able to cheat any rocket grunts. It's not even possible, like, even though people gotta say it then, because it's so unlikely. It's so unlikely to get a rank 1 Shadow Pokemon, and I have like 4 of them just for the Ultra League. I don't know if I have some for the Great League. I've never looked through them, to be honest, but could be also the case. But yeah, today we're gonna take a look at this team. Of course, we had to put it into this area. It actually does make kind of sense, but also kind of doesn't make sense. We have our Drapion as a Sales OP with Crunch and the Sludge Bomb. We have our Lapras in the lead, and we have our Skuntank as a closer. A little bit tricky with this team is, of course, something like the Registeel, as you don't have a hard answer for this. Also something like, it's a little bit even trickier, gonna be the G-Fisk, as actually G-Fisk hit directly at me. Well, that was a good plan. As G-Fisk, of course, gets super effective hit by the Surf, but still does a lot of damage against me. It's a little bit tricky with my backline, as they cannot really hit it at all. But my opponent swaps into a Cresselia anyway, which is fine for me, as we're gonna be able to take those moves pretty easily. But they get the debuff there with the attack, which is really bad because now I have to throw 2 moves, which is really annoying. It actually, like, it changed a lot of stuff here. I think I would have been able to farm down without this, but with the debuff, of course, it's gonna be a little bit trickier. We still get to the move here, which is nice, but I think they could just shield and farm me down if they want to. They're actually gonna do this, so I'm just gonna try to go into my Lapras, not allowing them to do this, and we have now 1 shield advantage, but they have the Venusaur against us, which is of course a little bit tricky. And I think I kind of misplayed it with this move there. I don't think that was the right move, but yeah, we live and learn, I guess. We can go for the Surf here against this Venusaur getting the shield. We have to keep 1 Surf at least for the G-Fisk, so we have to gonna try to go out of this matchup after this, otherwise we have like no chance at all. And we get the farm with the Skuntank. Can we get to the Crunch? We can. I don't think we would have been able to get to the Flamethrower, but I'm not sure. Maybe we actually would have been, which wouldn't have mattered, I think, because it wouldn't have KO'd anyway. So we see the Earthquake coming through here. We can go for the Surf, and we're actually going to be able to still win this game because the Surf should be able to KO him. Good game there to my opponent. Next up, we're gonna have some nice battles here against the Nidoqueen. Definitely a good lead for me. I don't really want to have it against my backline, but I misplayed this a little bit. I should have swapped out immediately, but I was not sure on what I want to swap out there. So yeah, this is not really ideal. Thing is, by the way, I'm going to compete in a regional tournament. I said, like, before in videos that I'm not going to be able to compete because of the COVID rules, as like I had 2 vaccine shots. I couldn't really take the vaccine, sadly. Like, I still have some issues from that, which is not really cool, but I got an exemption for the tournaments, and now I can also take part. So I'm gonna be going to the Bremen qualifiers there, like to the regional there. So feel free, if you are nearby or something, whatever, you can also participate there, of course. Would be cool to meet some people from the community. As I'm not gonna try hard there, by the way. Like, I'm not gonna go there to like try to win it all. I'm gonna play, like, I'm gonna have a good team or whatever. But the thing is, I am not good, or like not even like I've never played like show 6 pick 3 tournaments, like never. Not really into really competitive PvP for more than a year now. I think last time I tried to play PvP seriously was like season 4, season 3, one of those. So yeah, as you're gonna see there, like I'm not gonna try hard too much there. I'm just gonna have fun. I want to see what I can do there, and I'm gonna have a cool team idea already, like with some other Pokemon. Like, it's still gonna be meta, but it's gonna be like a little bit more slightly less meta. We have to see. I have some ideas at least on what I want to run, and it's gonna be fun. Definitely gonna be fun. Gonna be at the end of the May, so gonna be something I'm looking forward to. Right now I think there are only 24 people in there, but it's still like a long time until the tournament starts, so I hope there are gonna be some more people. And I'm mainly actually interested just in the side events. Just I want to get all the stuff from the side events. I heard it's like a lot of fun there, so from what I've heard so far is that it's definitely worth it to go there. I'm not sponsored or anything right now. Like, I'm just saying that on my own behalf. Like, I don't get sponsored for saying that regionals are cool. Regionals are just cool. We see the Talonflame here against us, as we can go for a Surf, which should KO him or get the last shield. We have to see here. We can KO him, or not this last shield, the first shield, but they just let it go, which is good for us, and they go back into the Registeel. Of course, this is horrible. Like, how do we want to really face this thing there, as the Registeel gonna be able to destroy us, basically like our entire team. We have to let this go. There's nothing I can do about it. And we're gonna go into the Drapion again, as we have more charge move pressure. Going for the Crunch here. And thus Crunch gonna be able to get the shield, and we can get to another one, which should get another shield, I guess. And I am right, and we get 2 debuffs, which completely doesn't matter whatsoever. We're still gonna do like 1 damage with the poison thing. And they go into the Cresselia while we can answer him with our Skuntank. At this point I think this game is over, as we should be able to win this matchup with our Skuntank. Skuntank is definitely not the best Pokemon in Ultra League, by the way. Drapion is, but like Skuntank is not really that good, as it's very, very squishy already, and like the fast move damage doesn't really help too much for it, so wouldn't really recommend you to build this one. The Drapion definitely one of the best Pokemon that you can build. Next up we have the Trevenant in the lead. I'm gonna try to, I wanted to catch the move, but I don't know why my opponent just went into a fire Pokemon. Very interesting. By the way, we're playing against very good opponents here. I battled like a lot of people that I know the name from, so like yeah, there are just mainly people there that actually know how to play. Some that are actually on the qualifiers as well for like in general in the regionals. So definitely tough competition here, but still we can pull some wins with this. To the like results in general, like I went slightly positive with this team, just slightly. Like it wasn't like destroying anybody or whatever, because this team doesn't make sense, as we don't really have anything Registeel in a Registeel meta. But we still went positive, which is good enough for me, to be honest. Like, this is all that I really wanted. But of course, you saw already some losses. You see some losses still. It wasn't perfect, of course. Like, there were some flaws that you just were not able to fix with like playing around it or anything in this. But here we're gonna be able to win this, as Skuntank is a good answer against Trevenant, resisting all the moves it has, as we go into our next matchup with the Tapu Fini coming in here. After seeing the lead there, I think that was like the team that I showcased already. At least that's what I thought at this point of time. As they go for the Moonblast, we can go into a Drapion, and Drapion of course has access to the Sludge Bomb, which is cool. And we can go for a Sludge Bomb now. We have like a lot of energy left already. And this Sludge Bomb KOs the Tapu Fini. They go into their Talonflame. And Drapion is like so spammy that I don't really care too much about the Talonflame here, as we're gonna be able to get to another Crunch. We should have maybe went for the Sludge Bomb here actually, because he would be able to survive this move. I don't know if he wants to let this go. He doesn't, which is good for me then. And they have to throw now, which is also good for me, as we're gonna be able to now go into our Lapras, which has 2 moves, and they have the Walrein in the bag. I'm just gonna go straight for the Skull Bash, expect him not to shield, but they shield, which is kind of annoying. And we're gonna go for another Skull Bash, and I think here Okay, the Skullbash does a lot of damage definitely already. I think I'm gonna be able to survive on Earthquake here. We're double boosted, we are bulky. We are not gonna be able to do that. I actually didn't expect this. Like, we have 2 defense boosts against us and still didn't KO, which is insane. They can go for another Earthquake here. Yeah, so we're gonna be able to finish this opponent off with the Crunch. Bye-bye Talonflame, we're gonna be able to win this game now. As we go into the next game, we have Toxicroak and Elite. Look at my team. What beats Toxicroak? Nothing beats Toxicroak. There is literally not a single answer on my team for Toxicroak. And they swap into their Walrein. What I'm gonna do here is I'm just getting a lot of energy. I want to have 2 Surfs for the Toxicroak later on, because Surf is the best move that hits them at the current time. Like, everything else is resisted from my team, so I want to keep the Surf. And we see here now that we can go for some crunches against my opponent, and this gets him pretty low already. The crunch does not even half, which is kind of insane. They go for the Icicle Spear again. We should be able to get to another crunch, which we're going to be able to do, which should put him into red health, which works out pretty well for us. They swap out into the Toxicroak. We can go for the Surf. The Surf going to be able to put him very low. We actually get the shield from him. We can go for another Surf, and this Surf should be enough to get them into red health, but sadly, because they snuck in the move, we're not going to be able to go for another Ice Charge for the Ice Shot down, but my opponent going to be able to throw the move there. We have a 0 shield scenario. We still have a boy there in the back, what's it called, the Drapion in the back, and my opponent just surrenders. I don't know his last Pokemon, but this is going to be a good game there, most likely some Fairy type or something. As we see the Talonflame against us again in the lead, which is pretty nice for us. It still survives a Surf though, so like we have to be a little bit careful here. I'm gonna go for the Surf now, as this is gonna put him to red health. We can get the extra move through, which is nice, which is very good for us. And we see another Surf coming through here, which either got the shield or KOs this thing, and we're gonna be able to KO him. And we see the Drapion against the Stunfisk now, like we already saw the Scrafty from my opponent. Scrafty is one of the biggest issues for this team, by the way. As you see here already, there is not a single Scrafty answer. I mean, like, it's okay with my backline, but still, like, you always lose in a 2-shield scenario, as they can just ramp up their attack with a Power-Up Punch, and the Power-Up Punch is gonna be able to, like, do so much damage later on as well. Like, even though it's, like, such a weak move, it's gonna be, like, a little bit of a tough run there. So we're gonna be able to go for a Surf here against this G-Fisk, and they go into the Scrafty, and we can go into a Skuntank, but you're gonna see him here ramping up what I basically said prior. Like, there is not a lot that we can do here anymore, as we gonna see how much the counter damage does. Literally, like, Skuntank I cannot really recommend. Skuntank was definitely the weakest Pokemon from this team. The other 2 are really, really good, but Skuntank was just horrible, to be honest. Like, there's not a lot that I can say about it. It was not a good Pokemon. We see a Ninetales against us with Charm. They try to swap onto the move in their Walrein, which didn't work out for them, as we still have our Crunch, which can go through to him. We still don't get debuffs. I don't know, like, this is kind of unlucky. I still don't have one. Like, I think the last, I don't know, 5 or something didn't give me a debuff. It's a 30% chance for one, so it's not really unlikely to get a debuff. And we go for another one, and we can KO at least our opponent, and they go into their Ninetales. You know what we have in the back, of course, as we go into our Skuntank, which is going to be able to do some nice damage against them. But we see the Jellicent coming in, and Jellicent is something that I don't want to face with my Lapras. Lapras is not a move that can hit the Jellicent, so we have to rely on the Crunch damage. And they go for the Bubble Beam, as they only have Bubble Beam and the Shadow Ball. And we can go for another Crunch here, which is going to be able to get the next shield. At least we got a 1 debuff from the Crunch, which is definitely already overdue, but it's fine. We see the Shadow Ball coming through. They want to catch, they catch the move, which is good for my opponent. I'm gonna go for the Crunch still, of course, against this Lapras, but we still have a shield left, and we can go for 1 Surf here, which should be able to KO the Ninetales maybe. Yeah, we do, and we see the Jellicent coming in. And actually, even though everything is resisted, it's still not that bad, to be honest, as we can go for some Ice Shots and Surfs. I'm gonna shield this move up, as I just want to beat him down basically with a Surf plus Ice Shot here, which should be enough to win this game for us. The Surf comes through, and we're gonna see my opponent surrendering. Good game there. Next up we gonna have the Talonflame against our Lapras again, as we can go for some Ice Shots and go for the Surf. No, they throw before. You have to respect the Brave Bird. They go for the Brave Bird, so they swap out now into a Greedent. I was gonna swap out into my Drapion. I don't know if this is the right play. I am not really sure. Greedent is very neutral. I expect them to have a fighting type like the Scrafty in the back at this point of time, because it's a very common team, which I also always basically put in the best teams for the Ultra League, Talonflame, Greedent and Scrafty. But we have to see what they have in the back, as we see that we can go for one Crunch here. And this Crunch gonna be able to put them very low. They go into their Talonflame. We can go for one Surf here with our Lapras, and this gonna be able to put them very low. We have to go for another Surf though, otherwise we wouldn't have been able to KO him here. And we see the Talonflame go down. We see the Swampert coming in, which is really bad for us, as Swampert against our backline is really good. So yeah, like I'm just gonna shield this move up, I think, as I want to have some more. Never mind, I'm actually gonna call the bait. I'm so good at calling baits today. Wow, amazing. As they go for more Hydro Cannons, and we can let them all go. We should be able to get another move, and they actually swap into their Greedent. And at this point, this game has to be over, right? Like, we have Skunked against the Swampert. We catch the move on our Drapion perfectly, which is amazing. They go for the Hydro Cannon, and we can go for another Crunch here. Can we get to the next Crunch in time? Or, like, what's gonna happen? We still have one shield here left. They go for the move. It's definitely gonna be a Hydro Cannon anyway. I think one Hydro Cannon might be even enough to KO us. But we see some lag. We can go for a Crunch. I don't know if this mattered, but we're gonna be able to win this game. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, bye. Tomorrow gonna be some more Mimi stuff.